Hello and welcome to IABM TV. Today joining me in the studio is Mark Pascoe, Director of Sales and Marketing for HHB Communications. Mark, welcome to IABM TV.
Thanks, Ben. Nice to be here.
So can you start by just telling us about HHB Communications?
Yeah, sure. We're a UK distributor and dealer of professional audio equipment. We're based in London. We have a couple of offices there, so one just north of BBC Television Centre in northwest London and one right in the heart of the city in Fitzrovia.
Okay, and so what's the latest news with HHB Communications?
Well, one of our focuses for the show here is certainly around immersive audio and the way that it's becoming more mainstream now. So we're actually showing on our booth a couple of products from our co-exhibitors that actually enable that new ecosystem. So the first one really is the Rode NT-SF1 ambisonic microphone. So this is new from Rode and it's got an associated plug-in along with it that enables this immersive audio part. And also it's good to see that our partners that are delivering plugins for non-linear editors are also starting to include functionality within their plugins that is enabling that very same ecosystem. So our partners from Nugent Audio and Isotope are showing loudness measurement devices and also kind of devices for cleaning up audio that now include the ability to move to away from just planar audio to 7.1.2 and beyond.
Okay, so immersive audio. In a nutshell, what is immersive audio?
So immersive audio allows us to move out of this single plane that we've been stuck in for so many years and then have audio that comes from above us as well. But along with this, especially in acquisition and production, come a few issues. Say, for example, if we're trying to have a reverb or kind of something that kind of covers an entire space, it adds another level of complexity and processing requirement to those sort of things as well. And along with the Rode microphone as well, it enables people to set up a microphone somewhere, for example, and then just decide how they want to deliver their immersivity at a later time, even perhaps in post-production.
Yeah. So is it quite a challenge to deal with immersive audio?
It can be a challenge. Many of our customers have started moving towards having immersive audio in any case over the last few years. Sky, who are a big customer of ours, and also Netflix as well in the US, who are not a direct customer of ours, but we serve the post-production community that deliver content to them as well. Have moved towards having immersive audio technologies included on their platforms as well. So define difficulty, define complicated. These things are things tend to get complicated the more functionality you add, and of course in order to add this additional functionality there's going to be an increase in the level of complexity just by default.
Okay, and so how do you serve your customers and partners?
Yeah, so the way that we tend to serve them is, obviously we're a sales company first and foremost, so we tend to try and make sure that the solutions that we're delivering are fitting with our customers' requirements. But our commitment to our customers and our partners as well doesn't stop just there. We try to make sure, and we do make sure that long after any warranty period for whatever it is that we sold to them, we're supporting them in terms of kind of technical support and also importantly education as well. That's becoming an increasingly important part for us in our business. So we look to make sure that we continue to support our customers long after that initial sale has been made.
It's interesting. Pretty much everyone I've spoken to said a very similar thing, that it's so important now to have that, those partnerships and.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to find new ways to add value, and especially with with the hardware, especially in our industry, becoming more commoditized. We suffer a little bit from you're always going to need something to acquire the audio. You're always going to need a microphone. You're always going to need a pair of loudspeakers to hear the audio that you've created at the end. But the part that went in between, that used to be big mixing consoles and signal processors, that was dedicated hardware, is now increasingly being replaced by commodity hardware along with software that sits on it. So it's one of our challenges really, just to make sure that those systems that we supply, both in terms of hardware and the software, fit with our customers' requirements and also are reliable to the extent that an old kind of solid, well-built piece of hardware used to be.
Okay, and so you're showing a wide range of products from different manufacturers. Is there a running theme across these seemingly diverse products?
Yeah, so I mean, the first thing we've already spoken about is immersive audio. We've spoken about that quite a lot already. But one of the other focuses that we have is also, the maturity of audio over IP solutions,
Right.
as well. With Dante, Ravenna, and of course AES 67, trying to bring those together in a better form of interoperability. It's almost got to the point now where if you have any product that either kind of delivers or receives multi-channel audio, then we will start to have to see one of these solutions being included in it. Otherwise, our customers will not be happy to be purchasing it.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily an enabler. It's more one of those things that our manufacturers, our partners, cannot afford to not include in their product.
Yeah.
If they want to be part of the ecosystem in which they have to interop.
Yeah. And so let's look at some of the other key trends. What else are you guys seeing in the industry?
So yeah, I mean, it's really. I think it's things that we've already discussed, really.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So the immersive audio and the audio
so
over
immersive
IP,
audio
they're the
over
key
IP.
areas for
Yeah,
this.
and the moves for those people that have historically been into sales to have to move into services to bring additional value.
Yeah. Okay. And so what's next for HHB Communications?
Well, I think directly after the show, we're going to make sure that we cement those new relationships we've built here, and then continue to build a good network and tight relationships with our partners, both customers and suppliers.
Yeah.
And then over and above that, just make sure that we continue to serve the community in which we live, which is the professional audio community.
Okay, excellent. Well, Mark, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You can find out more about all of these products and services at hhb.co.uk.